I just want to point out that I'm playing on a torn ACL and meniscus right now, and that's really what happened.
Shut up! A dog just walked through.
I know,
No one cares.
everybody
No one cares. No one cares, guys.
Stay in the back.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
What's up? It's Mr. George Corey.
Yeah, he's in the building, and of course he brought Chaco the Cheagle, who
He's too
is
wild. He got
the Chihuahua
Chaco
Beagle.
just wants freedom.
He wants to be around, wants to be in and out. But we do have the source today. The source in the building are the two lovely Tiarre Monique.
Nope.
Tiarre Monique.
There you go.
Do you know my name?
Tiarre Monique.
I hate
But
when
look,
you do
here's the
that.
thing.
Tiarre.
It's Tiarre.
And the reason I did
he
that
knows
is
my
because,
name.
yeah.
He knows.
Oh, trust me.
Want to annoy me?
I know her name. Yeah, I did want to annoy her. And I'll tell you why. Because that's
Son of a
actually
gun.
something that comes up is people mispronounce your name and you get frustrated with it. Yeah. And as a person who has a name where people mispronounce it, I appreciate that. Which is why I made sure to learn your name day one.
Thank
and that
you.
was actually something you noticed. You're like, oh, you pronounced my name correctly.
Exactly.
And I was like, yeah, yes, I did.
That's a gentlemanly thing to do.
Brandy?
Blondie.
Brenda?
Brandy.
Brandy. Oh, yeah.
Brandy Brooks.
Her name I don't want to know. Her name I don't want to know. We already got into it from the
Brandy
beginning
Brooks.
of the show.
That's a strong name, Brandy Brooks.
Yo, that is some
That is.
superstar name. Yeah. But I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this about Tiarre. Tiarre has quality friends.
She does.
She does. She really,
really
does.
does.
Every single friend of hers that I've met, she is a positive energy person, which is why I've always wanted her on the show and in my life. But that's a different conversation.
Is she actually in your life? Do you take all the steps to have her in your life?
No, because
As
I'm
a
a
good
fuck
positive-
boy, and that's what we need to discuss on today's show.
Are you admitting
Is
Are
everyone-
you a fuck boy
I mean,
because of the hat that you're wearing
At
today?
this point today, this is
That's his head all
normal
the
Tehran wear. No, the concept is we're gonna get to the point where we talk about, are all guys just fuck boys, right? Because that's a conversation that I hear increasing more and more women having. But before we get there, we want to get to know a little more about you. Now,
About Brandy.
no, about both of you. Our listeners love to hear from empowering women. So you're a writer, comedian,
Yes.
activist, which is like something that's very special.
I mean, that's kind of strong.
Really, is it? Is
I
it? Because
mean-
I've seen you actively try to change one nigga at a time.
No,
You're an activist.
That's in the past seasons. That's not current. Seasons.
It's no more.
It's no more.
So you've decided, hey, I'm just gonna let.
I decided that I'm too dope to do that, so I'm not doing that.
Because you used to actively go out and seek. You were like the A team. You were going out there and
a lot
finding
of work
problem
to
at a time.
change.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. I am liberated from that. I'm focused on other shit, like other
what?
stuff,
What are you working on
like
right now?
Career, like staying in my joy, like traveling, like being better as a creative, as
Like
an
straightening
artist,
your
as a
hair.
writer. Changing up styles on niggas, you know.
I like the curls.
I mean, I have to switch it up sometimes.
I like the curls.
I know you like the curls, but your people love when my hair is straight, though. Y'all Persian men be on it.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Be on it.
And then, of course, Brandy.
Hi, hello.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
I am a TV writer and a comedian and ex-actor.
Well, in LA, that usually just means you're a waitress, but you actually do work in your field, which is.
I actually do work in my field, but I don't get paid for it. So
Which is another thing people don't know about Hollywood.
That's
Okay,
right.
so I need to understand, how do you work and then not get paid?
Right. Well, writing is a full-time job. Developing a series, which Tiarre and I are doing right now with our executive producer, is a full-time job. Pitching is a full-time job. Auditioning is a full-time job. You don't get paid for all of those things until you get paid for them. And
So the show's not picked up yet?
no, the
pitching
show's
it.
no,
We're still in like pre-production.
yeah, we're
character
developing
development.
right now.
I'm in the same phase. And
Are you?
Yeah, and not only do you not get paid, it's like you don't, like, you lose hope after a while.
You do, yeah. I so there's one of my series that I had been in the process of selling for almost 3 years. You know, we would get really, really close, and then we wouldn't, and then we got really, really close, and we wouldn't. We met with wonderful producers.
Sex.
Sounds like your sex life.
Yo,
Mine too.
Nah, not sex life, like the act. So
Yeah. It was very challenging. But meeting with wonderful big name producers and production companies, in this city, gives you a lot of hope. And when you meet with them, you're like, okay, this is great. I'm in. They like my voice.
because everyone in Hollywood is always, this is the number one thing. Oh my God, you're perfect. We love you so much.
Yeah.
And then you never hear from them again.
That's right.
It's a continuous one night stand.
The
That's
worst
right.
Not even
part,
stand, first date.
Yeah. See, I don't even do that. Like I will email like people I probably shouldn't be emailing. I have their emails and I'm like, hey, I have another project.
Hey,
I'm gonna check
Steven
it
Spielberg,
out. Yeah.
I have this great project for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
E.T.
absolutely.
2.
Hey, Annapurna, I have this, perfect project. Can you read it? I mean, I never hear back from them again, but
Yeah.
the fact is, you got to stay persistent and that's a part of hustling. And, you're losing time and you're losing money, but, at the end of the day, you have to think about why you're doing it. Are you doing it for the dollars or are you doing it, because, it feeds your soul?
well, it feeds my soul, but it don't feed my tummy because, like, not only are we taking all this time writing and pitching,
Sure.
we're also investing our own money
That's right.
into the resources for it.
That's right.
And what you said about not hearing back or getting the no's, I don't mind a no, but what I need to know is the why behind the no so I can grow.
Yeah.
Words of the week by GK. I need to know the why behind the no so I can grow.
Did you ever hear?
Because he's slow. All right, sorry, I'm
That was a nice-
remix.
That was a nice
Well,
one.
we're haikuing
On the
today.
beat. On the beat. Okay, sorry.
What remix was that?
That was the remix.
That was a.
He
that
got
was-
bars.
Remix.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm dropping the Duppy freestyle part 2 today because you know how Drake didn't respond to Pusha, so I'm responding on behalf of Drake. Yeah.
Yo, Drake
I'm
did-
excited
Yeah.
about that.
Drake did respond to Pusha. We're gonna get to that as well.
On which song?
On the album itself. Was
I'm
a
only
response.
listening to the slow stuff.
Yeah.
I like
That's
it.
all
Only
of Drake
it's
shit.
all of it. It's all slow. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that. But like, you've also done a lot of writing, and how do you feel about this process? How's it affected you personally?
It's a very. I'm an analytical person, so I never feel like something is complete. I always feel like it can be better, greater. I can word it differently. I can write from this character differently, and so I'm learning the art of releasing. Once you create it, you cultivate it, you have your team, it's looked over, and just let it live instead of, killing a dream before it comes to fruition because you're, beating yourself up or, you feel like I said before, you can just be better. So it's a process, but I enjoy it because, content is where it's at. Having your own voice is where it's at,
That reminds me of those artists you read about. I think Van Gogh's one of them, where you have the post-humanist success. So you spend your whole life creating art. You're impoverished. You're without. You die, and then people pick up your paintings. They're like, oh, I like this painting. Let me sell it for $20 million.
Yeah.
And you just died poor.
No, most people just die poor. You know what? I'll tell you something about this ACL injury. Like, I was doing, the thing where I was like, nah, it'll be all right. And obviously it wasn't. So the concept is this. People have been like, oh, this is going to lead to something better, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know how many homeless people have heard this?
Wait,
and
what's
they're
gonna lead to something
homeless?
better?
Like the fact that I got hurt, they keep trying to make it sound
That's
like
the dumbest
I'm
shit
like,
ever. When you're hurt,
exactly,
you're
like,
hurt.
nigga, I
That's
might not
dumb.
play basketball again, right? But they're talking to me like, well, just because this door closed, a better one will open. I'm like, yo, people are home. Like, people have Ebola. You know what I'm saying? Because shit just happens. You know what? I'm sure there's someone in Congo that's gonna look at you like with bloody eyes, like, yes, it is still a thing. Like that's a real thing.
That's not how they sound. So there's that.
I mean, it
I
could
think
be.
the one
I've dated
thing
some
that
Congolese people.
I'm
That's
sure you
not-
have.
That's not how.
I'm sure you
Men
have.
from-
What is that supposed
You
to
know what
be?
that
men
means.
from Africa
what it
are
means.
awesome. They're so handsome. I think what you can, because how long did it take you to go to the doctors?
Yeah, put it out there. How long did it take?
Honestly.
It took me a week.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what they're saying you have to kind of look at the flip side of what they're saying. Yeah, you're hurt. That sucks. You might not ever come back from that. You might not ever play on.
I'm waiting for the positive part of this.
But
don't
it's
tell
not
them
like
that,
he
yo.
over here, going into the league. Like, you're not being drafted to the
Right,
NBA.
exactly,
It's okay if you, a regular guy, gets hurt playing basketball.
Not if basketball is like my happy place. Like,
But-
basketball is my joy. Like, I enjoy basketball.
You can play, you just gonna be trash, and that's okay because
I
half of
can't-
y'all
but
people
that's
are
part of my
trash
identity is
anyway.
not being trash.
But
You see what I'm
maybe-
saying?
maybe-
Like, part of my
You ain't in the
identity.
NBA though. You ain't getting traded to the Lakers like
that's
LeBron.
right.
So
Sure.
You ain't out
how
here with
not
that
trash were
contract.
you?
I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
that-
Where's the contract? Let's see the
154
paperwork, bro.
milli.
The biggest thing, you
Hold
know,
on,
and
hold on.
this ties.
None of you are getting paid for TV shows. What if I was like, y'all got to stop doing that?
That's true, but
all y'all-
guess
I would
what?
do it.
You know?
But guess
I
what?
would
If
still
my
keep going.
fingers were cut off today,
Yeah.
You would
we would still be
vocalize.
creating.
We'd still be
You'd
great.
vocalize the words.
That's right.
your mouth.
I would vocalize.
Audiobook.
Yes, that's right. Exactly.
None of you are on
Gotta get
network. No one's asking for you guys.
Listen,
Oh, you know what? I'm
that's-
so sorry for
that-
someone who's
that
sold
hurts-
shows.
that
Let me
hurts
explain
my
something.
feelings.
The concept is this, right? I enjoy playing basketball immensely. And while I'm not in the league, I also enjoy playing it at a high level. My big issue is, and this happens in Hollywood, it happens in everyday life, but it also happens in relationships, is when you're being led on. And what I mean by that is people basically ghost you in the nicest way possible, and they think, but at least I did it nicely. How? Oh my God, something better is gonna happen. Yo, at this point, no.
We
You know
can
what I'm
also
saying?
circle
It's not
this.
as bad as it could be. You're right. They're not amputating my leg. You are correct.
Okay, so we can circle this back around to teaching you how to not be a fuckboy. You waited a week to
Yeah.
go to the doctor.
Yes.
This is a typical male thing.
Sure.
It is
Neglecting.
it's neglecting.
Can we add in that I begged him for the past year,
See,
if not more, to stop playing basketball?
you're someone who's
I care.
marriage material.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
care.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I wouldn't say
I am.
stop. I wouldn't
I think
say
I
stop.
am.
Exactly. Like here, first of all, the week didn't matter. So I can go to right now at the early, let's say they decided today that I need surgery. I would still have to wait 6 months, 3 to 6 months. So that's how these injuries work. I
Okay.
cannot do anything worse to my knee.
It-
In fact, waiting helps because the swelling goes down.
Hold up,
more
you
and they
just
can
told
see.
me you injured it more on
I
your
think,
show.
I feel like
Call
I
him
did.
out.
I feel like I
Think
injured
it's
it
that
more on Friday.
season.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. Guess who are on my
Think it's
side?
this-
I
You know what
love
I'm saying?
this.
Yeah.
By being on it, I feel like I injured it more, but I don't know that for
Okay,
a fact.
so
I just
what you can
personally
take
think
away
that.
from this experience is don't wait on your health. Your health is the most important thing. Your health is what enables you to come in here and do this show. Your health is what enables you to play basketball on a
True,
weekly
true.
basis. The fact that you ignored it is
Yeah.
not okay, and you can tie it back into relationships and how you are in life. It's if you wait a week.
Are you single?
I want
Are
to
you
drop
single?
this
I
mic.
am absolutely 100% not single.
You're not single.
And I am so
she's
excited
a
about it.
Is it a, like how long have you been
It's
in your
new.
relationship?
It's very new.
Okay, so it's not gonna last. And here's the thing, and I'll tell you why. Because you just did the guy thing. I just wanted to be heard, and you gave me advice in response. and that
Ooh,
happens
that's
a
true.
lot.
That's
where
true.
No,
I
you
just-
needed
I
advice.
just
You
wanted-
were on a crutch for
Yeah.
fucking ignoring your
Yeah.
leg for a
Isn't
week.
the whole-
You needed advice.
Actually, I don't need the crutch. I'm actually using
Y'all
the
should have
crutch.
saw when
You're
he walked
using
in.
the crutch to get pussy.
You
I'm
should have
using the
saw
crutch.
when he
To get
walked
pussy.
in.
I'm using the crutch because I'm trying to stay off it in the still 1%
Stay
hope
off the
that
fuck
it gets
shit.
better.
Stay off that.
But
Quit using that crutch.
You know,
hey, there's so
you know,
much-
listen. The whole
Hey.
concept of this show is for women to come on and tell you
Yeah,
basically
they're
how to
teaching-
not be a
but now I got
fuckboy.
3 women on this show against me, and I'm not really feeling this. Right? So before this goes any further, we're gonna play either or to get to know you guys a little better.
Ooh, fun.
We're gonna
Okay.
get to play either or. You have to pick one or the other.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll start with this. We'll go French or Italian.
Italian.
French
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
cats.
Yep, single. So here's the thing.
I have a dog.
Yo.
I have a dog. I know what goes into it.
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
rather have a cat.
Yeah. Okay. No, I understand. Okay. I understand. Okay. 6-pack or biceps?
Both.
No, you can't pick both. It's
I
either
can
or. It's
because my
either
guy
or.
said Anything is possible.
Either or. We're
If
trying
you
to
have
get to
faith,
know.
it can
We're
move
trying to know
mountains.
what.
Women are in the room.
Size of a
We
mustard
can make our
seed.
choices.
Pick one.
I love
name
them.
of Jesus.
Pick one.
They even said at the same time. I love them.
Biceps.
6-pack.
6-pack and bicep.
Biceps.
Okay, building off that, dad bod or guy who's obsessed with the gym and goes like every day of the week and takes a selfie every day at the gym.
Oh
Dad
God,
bod.
both of them are
You gotta pick
terrible.
one, though.
Dad bod.
I have to pick one.
I quit.
She picked dad
I
bod.
love dad
I'm going
bod.
to sleep. Good night.
You love that, Daddy, is she single? So
I got a
what
dad
was
bod.
your pick? What was your pick?
Neither.
You have
You
to
have to
pick
pick
I
one.
would not choose
That's
either.
the guy.
No.
That's why it's not easy.
Don't let the Taurus in you do this.
No.
Pick
Oh, she's a
one.
Taurus.
She's a Taurus.
So's my
Oh
puppy.
shit!
That's why
You're
he's so
Taurus?
reluctant.
Okay, that
love
doesn't mean
Taurus.
shit to me. Let's go on.
I'd have to go with the selfie dude. As annoying as it
Selfie
would be,
dude.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I can do the dad.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
like, damn. I thought I had a shot with dad bod.
You don't really? Do you have a dad bod?
I do. Yeah. look.
You do?
Dad bods are hot.
So
I may
They
change
make you
it.
feel
I may
safe.
change it
Down.
to dad bod. Then.
No.
put it down, or lift you up.
Lifts me up.
No. Put it down though.
Putting it down?
It,
Put it
like
down.
Look, you have a.
I'm like it.
It's
Like
like
Putting
I'm talking
it
about
down.
like put it down.
Yeah.
Like remember a homeboy from the Congo?
Yeah, man.
I mean, look, I'm saying put it down or lift you up.
Damn it.
Or lift you up.
But like,
But there no putting
What-
it down.
okay, what do you mean, but-
There's lifting you up. There's just like inspirational, like, oh yeah, you should go do like. But and remember, this is in that context of the relationship. This is the person either he's
Can you define putting it down?
okay. So the difference between basically I'm going like I'm gonna help you out. It's
cannot.
put it down or lift you up. So someone who like puts it down, like puts in the
what's
work.
that?
So either Tehran or Joy. I'm basically
Okay.
put
I'll
it
go
down
first.
Uplift.
or lift you up.
Lift me up.
Okay. So
Yes.
Lift me up.
I was in a 14-year relationship and
Yeah.
stayed because he put it down so good.
Yes.
14 years?
14 years. And it was
we can
hell.
make it last, brother. We can make it-
However,
So the D was grade A?
I mean, 14 years.
I mean,
that nigga's-
it was amazing. However,
was magna cum laude.
however, I am with someone who lifts
you
me
up
up
and puts it down.
And puts it down. And because he lifts me up,
The puts down part is that much more better. I feel it, sis.
Really?
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's all emotional and mental with us.
I understand that.
We come because of our mental.
We feel secure.
Yes.
We feel loved, appreciated, valued.
It's not physical. It's like, oh, you're inside of me. Great, you're fucking inside of me. But if we feel a connection,
I give
with
good
you,
hugs. Like, what y'all want, bro?
Nah. Uplift.
Uplift.
Because I've had to put it
Uplift.
down.
Because
Because we're at
Uplift.
this
They're
point, and I
trash.
feel like that has to do with the stage in life that women are.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because from 20 to about 27, 28, put it down wins every time.
I feel
right.
like
No, I
that's
was
the age where you
engaged
need to be
at that
uplifted
You're
the
an outlier.
most in that
an
age.
outlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you guys? Put it down or lift you up?
I lift the ladies up.
And then
No,
Why
no.
we
What
put
would
it
you?
down?
No, what
Why
would
we
you?
put it-
No. What would you want?
I
Put it
used
down
to
or
until
lift up?
I have no leg.
I'm a mama's
Exactly.
boy,
Sit
so my mother's always lifted me up, so I'm seeking that in a partner.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is my next question, which is a life partner who never does the dishes or a life partner who never takes out the trash.
never takes out the
No.
Yeah, nigga, we have dishwashers. Like,
Yeah, like you don't take it. I would choose the guy who would take the trash out.
Can you speak for yourself? You have a dishwasher. You live in WeHo.
I have a dishwasher.
I have a dishwasher. I cannot. I don't like doing dishes. Yeah.
No, but like the dude just like stacks them up and doesn't even put them in the dishwasher. And then like you wake up
like
in the
puts it
morning.
in the
yeah.
dish and then
Yeah.
expects you to do
Never
it.
takes out the
Yeah.
trash.
Someone who expects you
Never
to
takes
do
out
it.
the
Yeah,
dishes.
no.
Nah, I mean, I'll do the dishes guy. I don't really care about the trash thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I have a dishwasher.
Who's the worst guy you've ever been in a situation with? Like, what's the who
Is
was the
that,
worst guy?
is that a question?
Yeah, Yeah.
Are we doing names?
No.
or-
You don't have to do
not.
names.
What
But
do you need from
Who was
us?
the worst guy, and what was that situation like? What made this person the worst guy?
Oh shit.
So that we don't repeat those mistakes.
Ooh, okay. Yes. 14-year dude who is the father of my child. Who God, that
Yeah. Father of your child. He knew put it down. Okay.
he did. He, to protect him, I will say what he didn't do is he didn't take the steps to find validation within and accept love from someone who loved him unconditionally. And if you can't find validation within, if you're constantly seeking it from your career or from other women, you are always going to treat your partner really, really terribly. Also, bit of a
So it is a trickle down effect.
yeah. Don't manipulate. I'd say don't manipulate. Don't
Lie.
Don't lie. Lying was a big one.
Be real.
Yeah.
What would he lie about?
What if it's a truth that you don't want to hear? That's where I always get stuck. Because sometimes
always-
I'll be wanting to tell the truth, and I do,
No,
and then they just
always
break
tell
up
the
with
truth.
me.
And
But they just
sometimes
dump me.
I tell the truth and they're like, lie.
Well,
Nigga,
what are you
lie.
telling the truth about?
Everything.
Like what?
Like, don't ask me if you don't want to know. And sometimes I'm volunteering information.
I think that's okay. I think you should be.
No, about us. I'm very private about my personal life. You
Yeah.
have to earn that. You don't just get that. Because some people, George.
I get that.
He gives
I
you
get that.
information from the top. And
I
I'm
love
not.
that. Me too.
Yo,
Same.
He had a situation where he was hanging out with a girl and he just gave a whole bunch of information.
She just dipped. Like she didn't even say
she
bye.
did?
She just
She
dipped. Didn't even
ghosted
say
him.
bye.
What
real
did you
life.
tell her?
She was basically asking about an experience I had with another lady, if it was real, if it indeed happened. So I went into detail about how it happened. And she just went ghost.
Was it a porn star?
No, it wasn't a porn star. It was a reality star.
Oh, okay, cool.
And she just ghosted.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dipped.
Maybe she was friends with her.
No, that's another one who just was friends and then just dipped because of that.
George always like.
What I will say
he's the
also-
lover. I'm not. I'm.
You love them and leave
I'll
them.
also
I don't even
say,
love or leave,
are
I
you
just
in the
don't.
industry as well?
a little.
Okay, so also if you are in
A
the
lot.
industry, a lot. All right,
Yeah.
if you are in the
Theron's
industry,
He got
Mad.
please, do not think that the fandom that you are getting right now is going to last. Everyone has.
Is that what happened with your 14 year?
Yeah.
He was fandom?
I mean, yeah, he's an actor.
Oh, is he an actor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're not going to say any names.
We're not going to say names.
So
We're not going to say names.
Was
But-
he
but
a
I think
fan
the
of
f-
you,
the
or
fan-
were you a fan of him, or both?
What do you mean?
Like, so was he fanboying over you?
No,
or
I'm
were
saying fandom that you get from
I see.
fans.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
If you let other people, if your head gets extraordinarily big because other people are like, oh, you're amazing. Oh, let's have sex. Oh, can you know, and they're getting with you just because of where you are in your career, that can't be enough.
But
and you can't ruin something of 14 years because that's
is-
where your life is right now.
That's
so
true.
always realize that it's fleeting and don't take it as seriously as it may feel.
Here's the conflict with what you're saying, right?
Sure.
So right here, right now, today, this is my moment. This is my active pursuit of my dreams as it is your active pursuit of your dreams. And that is our first love.
That's right.
And as we live in that moment, we live in the world that comes with that moment. Like it or not, embrace it or not, it's around us because we're emerging into that.
That's right.
And the common conflict that happens is you have this traditional love here, this other world, this other sphere that just rolls into your life. And now it's like a Venn diagram. You're trapped in between the two. And you come to find that there really is no perfectly sweet spot between the two. And what I'm starting to see is I need to realize my dreams. I need to live this moment till it has fully happened. And then later in life, I can make those sacrifices, right, for that traditional love. But right now, to tell me, just realize it's not going to last and all that, I'm not looking at longevity. I'm looking at making my moment happen, if that makes any sense. So
Yeah,
I'm conflicted.
What what I am saying is always be about the work. Always be focused on, if you're an actor, you're acting. What other job can you get after the job that you're doing? If you're a writer, sell that. If you do full series, great. It's all about the work. I think sometimes people, and let's just keep it real, Black men who have come from nothing, when they get this success.
Did you used to date Columbus Short?
No.
I'm just throwing
I
out
didn't.
names. I'm figuring it's a black actor you were with, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go through. I'm gonna figure this out. Go on, continue.
Okay. And
You sure it wasn't Columbus Short? All right, never mind.
no,
Go
it
on.
wasn't Columbus Short.
No one wants to date Columbus.
Yeah, I don't even know who Columbus Short is.
That's fucked up. I did.
Don't be so wrapped up in the stardom. Be true to the craft, because there's a reason why we all started with, writing or performing or singing or dancing in the first place as young kids. And I think when you get into this industry, you can get sucked up into the negative side of things if you are not grounded and firmly rooted in who you are, where you come from, etc.
Facts. That is so true.
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many people come into the game, and like you said, they take their moment. They actually reach that moment that I'm speaking of. They reach it, they take it for granted, or they over embrace it.
That's right.
Some people, the people who over embrace it, start thinking that the luxuries that come with that moment are the moment itself, and it's not.
That's right.
And it's
Exactly.
not.
That's right.
I completely see what you're saying.
The materialistic things, the being on, doing interviews, the being on the red carpet. I saw all those things with him. I was able to, are you guys, what are you guys?
I don't want to interrupt your
know
date.
what?
So let's get back to the show. Let's
Please
get back
don't
to the
interrupt.
show.
We're having an adult conversation.
Listen, we're
I
connecting
know
here as two
you should have
humans.
done this. You should have done this a month ago when you weren't
fingers.
with someone. You are now. So let's get back.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? And you also have a kid with Denzel Washington.
And
So,
we're back.
It's not Denzel.
so we're gonna
And
figure
we're
it out.
back.
I'm gonna figure it
Although
out.
I'll give you a clue, when we had National Headshot Day, he did put Denzel as his headshot.
Okay,
as
that's
a
not a
joke.
clue because
Will
I'm
Smith's
not.
first kid, who everyone forgot about.
Yo, so
No.
so
Oh, I forgot about him.
He's not an actor.
There's Trey.
yo,
Yeah. No, he owns a production company.
So
Oh,
going back to talking about real quick Drake album. Did you guys listen?
So some of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thoughts?
Finesse, love that fucking song.
I just think it's overrated.
Yeah, that's
think
my
it's
girl.
overrated.
You see that? Because but she got a
but
heart
yeah,
of a
finesse.
nigga.
I like the finesse thing.
Yeah,
So,
because
I like
yeah.
Jaded too.
Of course you do. Of course you like
Because
Jaded.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
'cause it's
hurt you?
emotional.
He's emotional.
Who hurt you?
How about
You know who hurt
Emotionless?
you?
My father.
Yeah.
Emotionless was a standout to me because that Mariah Carey sample hit, and I was like,
Yeah,
this
I
is
just think that it's overrated. I think that he is talented, but I just think that album was overrated. I think Nas's album was underrated. His was overrated.
I saw him perform live a few years ago. It was the worst performance I had ever seen in my
Who,
life.
Drake?
Drake.
I don't know why. He's
And that
actually
line
very
about
good.
hiding
He
his kid from
literally-
the world, that
yeah.
is the dumbest shit I've ever
See,
heard.
I
He
can't-
didn't lie about hiding his child. That
Oh,
part
he
when
didn't?
people are upset about that. Listen, I don't know how people skimmed over that piece of news, which was readily available to everyone.
Where was it readily available? Because I would have.
It was out. The girl put him on full blast when it happened.
So why wasn't it in the news? Because there are a lot
It
of.
was in the news. So then it was over because they came up with the settlement and he paid. So is he the only rap star or star that has an illegitimate child? No, that is not the case. So
that line was just dumb.
But he didn't lie.
No, I said the line in his song talking about hiding his child from the world.
I can understand that, though.
That's dumb.
But I can understand that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't
Because
even know the lyrics because it was stupid.
people in relationships, especially public people in relationships, they hide their relationships from the
and then also they end up divorced. Majority of them.
Hello.
Majority of them. You know who's still
I
holding
believe that I'm
strong? Will and
divorced.
Jada.
I was never married, but I do
love
believe
him.
that I met my soulmate and she escaped me.
Okay.
So you were pseudo-married.
So yeah, I'm divorced.
Are you sad about that?
Yes, I'm very sad.
How long was the relationship?
It was about a year.
Was it Chiwetel Ejiofor? Who? We're gonna figure out who it is. So look, the concept of him hiding his child, did he not make it known to everyone? Of course not. That's a lot of people put that. You don't know who all of Future's baby mamas
I don't
are.
think that he didn't want to. I think he didn't make it known because he had a baby by a porn star.
No, he didn't
And
make it
I
known
don't
because he was
think-
involved in a legal battle with this person over money.
Okay.
Because
And
she
that's
was
a
a
real
porn
thing.
star.
And let's not act like there aren't other people who are in higher levels than him that I know for a fact.
But we're not talking
have
about other people. We're talking about him
illegitimate-
and
But
that
with him-
dumbass lyric that he came
I
up
mean,
with.
he put up with songs. I mean, I'm not mad at his songs. I'm mad that after the Pusha T beef, I expected more from this album. Is it a Drake album? Sure. When I say stay in your lane, I didn't mean the slow lane like it's slow, but we expected more.
He did
Let's
mention
just-
Brescia in his song, though,
See?
so that
Who's
was
Brescia?
cool. She's a super amazing actress, comedian.
Yeah,
and
he-
she
I mean,
wanted
and
to
he puts a
dance
lot
with
of people-
him, and he rejected her. And she was on TMZ talking about it. All she wanted to do was have a good time, and he ended up mentioning her name. I was like, "Yeah,
That's
nigga,
what he
it's too
said.
late."
What did he say about her? I didn't catch that.
He said something again, I don't know his lyrics because I didn't really care for the album, this one in particular, but it was something like "Don't Stop Loving Me" or something like that. Yeah, some emotional
Yeah.
shit. Blah blah
You
blah.
know- you
fill in
know
the
what,
line,
Teron?
I'm light skinned. I'm Drake.
I think Teron's expectation is a little unrealistic about him responding for the reason that
I didn't say respond to the album should have been fire. You knew what was going on.
Okay, you're just saying
the
the
album
content
itself should have been so
like
good.
so many bars.
It should have been so good. You're reading this, it's too late. That was a fire album.
All right,
like that was exciting. I was excited.
All right, so let
to
me
every
ask.
song.
Let me ask y'all.
Slow
Yeah,
or
Quentin
not.
got you excited, but let me ask y'all. If you took the tracks down to the 10 most poppin' tracks, then would we have this
No.
classic? No.
You know, I think I also
no.
think that we're talking about someone who is so on their game within their career and has become this I don't know, he's at the height of his career. Maybe fighting back for him was kind of like, meh, you guys are literally so millennials right now. Wow. Everyone is literally on their phones. Fuck
I've had
boy,
to talk-
fuck boy. Can't call you a fuck boy.
No, that's
fuck
not.
boy.
It's not about being a millennial. It's about people who actually have jobs. So look, we on a thing where
Don't talk to her like that. Yeah,
Thank
you're gonna
you.
watch it.
You better watch it.
oh, fight me.
I'm gonna have my pseudo other boyfriend kick your fucking ass.
Yo, you
Other.
look.
You hear
you
that
guys-
word? Other.
Damn.
When you have
You hear
your,
that
when you
word,
guys have
other?
your girls' night, maybe we'll show up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll show
Tara
up.
does have
Yeah,
pretty
we'll
big
be
balls.
doing something different.
Yeah.
But when a lot of people pick on Drake, and I'm not saying he's not on top of his game. He's amazing. I'm a Drake fan. I'm just saying this album needed to be fire, and all the criticism that he's getting, whether it's about the baby mom or the kid, we're not in that position. I mean, let's not act like J. Cole didn't hide his marriage for a long time.
Wait,
J.
J. Cole's
Cole's married?
married?
Exactly, and that's the
What
concept.
sign are you?
Libra.
Aw, I'm an Aquarius. Oh, my boyfriend's a Libra.
Oh,
Oh wow! How come the fucking we know this? It's like everyone. When's your birthday? When's your birthday?
February 8th.
Oh wow, that's so crazy.
You know
That's
what?
Tehran's
What's
birthday.
what's
No, my
that?
birthday's February 7th.
Oh.
You're an Aquarius?
I will need to stop speaking to you.
how do I
listen,
not know his
Yeah,
birthday?
we're fucking insane. Aquariuses are. I mean, look at us. We're fucking wearing robes. The fuck is this shit?
That's a
That's a
kimono.
robe?
That's right. This is a kimono.
So that's
a
cultural
robe.
appropriation, and this
That's
is
a fucking robe.
homeless
This
appropriation.
isn't cultural
Because
appropriation.
this is that
Playboy
fucking
appropriation.
microfiber.
It is.
Right,
bullshit
exactly.
that
Listen.
when water hits it, it just
It's not- this is
slathers
from
down.
Target.
It
This is
doesn't
from
even like
Target, $10.
absorb.
all of that over dad
The
bod.
material doesn't absorb water. That shit just
And also, this isn't cultural appropriation because I lived in Japan for 3 years, bitches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if a white guy lives in the hood, he can say the word nigga. So back to the concept of what
Some
we're
people
discussing.
allow them
That's
in their
right.
circles.
That's
You
right.
just can't
That's
say it
true.
outside of that.
Exactly. Okay. Well, if we were in Japan, you could wear that. Oh, you? No, I think I think the
kimonos.
concept of cultural appropriate. Yeah, but you're different. Like I'm just not.
guys.
Brandy
I know
and gotta
Aquarius.
fight.
Yeah, Aquariuses do not. I mean, we're either like this.
No, I enjoy you immensely. You're fun.
Yeah,
you're
you're
a very
great.
fun person.
Thank you.
Immensely good word.
X,
Yeah,
X,
immensely is-
We don't use it a lot.
Temptation
No, don't switch it to that.
died.
Okay, let's talk about
Temptation.
puppies.
X,
And
X,
look,
X,
I didn't want to be a
Temptation.
party pooper, but early when I brought up the post-humanist, is it post-humanist or post-humanist? I say post-humanist,
Humanist.
post-humanist,
When
whatever.
someone dies.
Yeah, it's like something happens
Oh
after.
yeah, post.
Like
Posthumous.
so,
no.
post something. But the thing is,
Okay, that
It
shit.
is.
now
It is posthumous.
when X was alive, I saw a lot of
Posthumous.
a lot of the bloggers. I'm not gonna say any names because it was a whole thing, but a lot of them were. I don't want to say discrediting him, but not really giving him the props that I felt he earned musically until after his death.
Who were we talking about?
A lot of the media bloggers and stuff, like bloggers online.
no. Who died? Who?
XXX Tenashian. I can never say his name right.
Okay, see, I don't know who that
Yeah,
is.
he was a 20-year-old singer / rapper,
right, that's
Florida.
right.
Very talented. But I do see that the effect of him no longer being here, all of a
it
sudden
made
he was
worldwide.
he was literally called in the blogs the Tupac of this generation.
Jesus.
And then I'm thinking in my head, well, what about Kendrick Lamar?
That's right.
So if Kendrick Lamar had died, then he would get that title.
Well, Kendrick Lamar is one generation behind him, so that's the
So
concept.
so there's a difference now between the X and the Z's, or
well,
the
actually,
millennial
we're
and
way
Z.
past all that, but yes.
So he
Also, Kendrick Lamar
we're so
just-
old that you don't realize that, like, we're past the millennial generation.
So what's the newest one? The Z?
It's
The Z?
Yeah, what is it? I don't know what it is.
Z was like 3
No, we're
generations ago.
millennials. We're all millennials.
Yeah.
We're all
we are.
millennials.
We're
But
millennials.
millennials encompassing the concept of
Oh
generation.
God, but I'm an
is
older
not.
millennial, and I'm so grateful for that. Cause fuck,
What is
it's
an older millennial?
meaning like early '80s? Like I'm in the early '80s pocket.
Okay.
No, you're
and
not.
so I was. Yes, I am.
No, you're not. This is LA. You're still trying to do stuff. You're 90s.
I love my fucking age.
You're 90s.
Same.
I've earned it.
I was born in the 2000s.
Shut the fuck up. So I was born
you're-
yesterday.
I think little chocolate Coco was born in the 2000s.
No,
jealous of
I
who he was.
think being a millennial is it's amazing. It's a new wave of technology, but you also remember how it feels to be very personable and write letters and like
There's
just that little
something.
sweet touch.
There's
to-
something in the Mayan calendar
connection.
that speaks to what you're saying, that we are the connecting generation, because we're the only generation that knows what it's like to not have internet than to have internet.
That's right.
Right.
Everyone before us didn't have it. Everyone after us has it, and we are
Exactly.
so it's our job to help bridge the gap
Yeah,
and
like
communicate.
I still write letters to people.
Yeah.
I love writing
I
letters.
write-
Yeah, because
I
them
write
niggas
Yeah.
you used to date in prison. All right, so look.
Never. I have
Have you,
standards.
do you write letters?
To who?
Just in general. Do
Yeah,
you
barely
write
text
letters?
back.
I write letters to. That's true. I write letters to like my nieces and like nephews and like.
Tehran,
sound like a good
Tehran, like once wrote me like a pretty lengthy email that I considered a letter, and I saved it.
Aw.
And it also happened in text message once too.
What was
believe it.
in it? Was
Yeah.
it
I
nice?
was like,
very
what
nice.
are you doing? You're fucking up. Do this.
No.
It was like a whole, no.
As I always like
No,
to reiterate, he
Aquariuses
has a
are very
soft side
sensitive.
to him.
Sensitive.
Aquariuses are very
And I
they're
love it.
they're weird because they seem very hard at first.
I love
but
it.
Aquariuses have such a big heart.
Yes.
So around his hard shell, is there a gushy aloe vera gel
It is.
inside?
Yeah.
Aloe
He
vera?
is the most. He's sarcastic as hell.
Love
But he is encouraging. He's honest. He's blunt. He's intelligent. He's funny. Like, you know.
I'm such a nice dog. Like,
all the,
honestly.
all the
No, but
characteristics that a man should
but,
have.
But even being a fuckboy, like you know where you're at. You know that maybe that's not your focal point, and you're honest about that. Like you're very upfront, and that's refreshing.
I'm up front, and we do want to actually discuss, are all guys fuckboys?
No.
Yes.
No.
Had this conversation with my mom. All men dumb as shit. Every single one of them. Even if you are building a goddamn building with your goddamn bare hands, you are all dumb. And it's only because you don't have empathy. I think the difference between men and women is women have empathy.
I have empathy.
Women
you're a
are
bitch.
able to say, you went through that. That sucks. Like I'm going to put all of this, what I'm going through in my head, I'm going to step in your shoes for a little bit. And I'm going to walk you through that. And I'm going to be there. And, if you need me, I'll be around. Whereas men, when you guys, society has taught you, and because of society teaching you that changes, genetic makeup, you guys can't even come together and say, this is the issue that I'm having with my girlfriend. I don't know what the fuck to do. Where do I go from here?
I think I need to correct something you said.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why, because you're saying we're dumb as fuck. And
Yeah.
I understand that. Because often I hear from girls, such as yourself, will come up to me with a problem and will say something like, and they'll say, Tehran, you don't understand. And here's my response to that. I graduated, I was valedictorian, right?
Nice.
Then I was like double undergrad degree, right? And then international policy communication, minor in
Nice.
philosophical religious studies, graduated summa cum laude, right? Then got a master's in economics because I wanted to. Then went to Georgetown Law and graduated top of my class. I was like top of my class.
You can be
So
smart, but it doesn't
I
make you
have- I have
emotionally
and
smart.
I'm over
He
155
was also
in IQ.
president before Obama
And
was.
here's the thing. The concept is, the one thing I do very well is understand. I don't care. And girls confuse the two often. I understand what you are telling me. I don't care. Now,
That's
are
what
you
said
correct?
about the empathy.
Are you
component.
correct? Yeah, and here's the thing about empathy. Empathy for no reason isn't a bonus either. And I'll say this because I had a whole understanding of why there's been pain. Is because you seem to be an extremely empathetic person. You want to be there for the person. But oftentimes what women don't understand is that I don't need you to be there. I need to be adored. And I will heal myself. And if you are there for me, and this happens to a lot of girls, what happens, unfortunately, is I've exposed myself too much to you. You know the truth. I need to get rid of you. You are the person, you are the partner that I need to kill. And the new girl will be someone who just adores me because they weren't there from day one. They don't know all of my flaws.
You sound like my goddamn ex.
And that's a real thing. That's a real thing. So the connotation is, I understand. This is why by design women have the babies, because men aren't as empathetic, right? Baby cries, you intuitively, most women know what's wrong with the baby, right? If it was up to guys, we would have died as a race thousands and thousands of years ago. We wouldn't have gone through the pain because we're bitches, and then we wouldn't have been able to figure out, shut the fuck up. Like that's how it works, right? It's not a form of, and by the way, I agree women are the more intelligent of the two genders by far.
Thank you.
However, the way you apply it is not as effective. The let's fight every battle because I'm correct. Well, guess what? Being correct doesn't always mean you're right. Sometimes you just have to let things slide. Sometimes you have to understand that when a guy is talking about his ACL,
exactly
I don't
what it
need to hear
means,
about
guys.
my crutches and how I should have went to the doctor a week ago. What I just need to go is, no, baby, you'll be able to play again. I know it. You're so good.
Okay, ain't nobody your mama, ain't nobody
But
gonna
it's not
call
about being
you.
a mom.
No,
Do you want a guy who makes you feel safe and secure? Because I'm not your dad. But guess what? That's the trade-off that we get.
Okay, well, I'll get to that. Get to this. I disagree. I don't think that every male is a fuckboy. I do think that in life you hit different pockets in life where you can either learn from it, grow, mature, or you may fuck up. Men and women both have that.
True.
How I was 10 years ago, hell, a year ago is not who I am today as a woman. So that doesn't, lessen my character. It's a lesson learned. If anything, it strengthens me. So I don't think that every man is a fuckboy. My brothers are amazing husbands and a brother and fathers. My dad.
Have they always been?
Yes, and my dad is an amazing daddy. Like my dad is my first love. Like I don't think every man is shitty. I think that they're just shitty people, and depending, on what we choose, because we choose the people that we date. We know when people are off. We know when people don't fulfill something, or make us happy, or how they treat us. And oftentimes, people as women, we overlook a lot of stuff too. We allow room for these
We enable
horrible,
a lot.
these relationships. And then we turn around and be like, they're a fuckboy. Yeah, but we knew that they weren't
That's
shit
right.
up top.
That's right.
And we allow for them to, pursue us. So because we feel like we can heal and change and shift. When you get to a point of just knowing who you are and loving yourself, I feel like you attract that.
That's right. I actually like what you said. What's your Tehran?
Yes.
I actually like what you said about we don't necessarily know how to apply our intelligence because we're so busy, trying to figure out the answer and trying to be right and trying to take care of this person and then that person. There's a lot of mental and emotional stuff that women deal with, every second of the day. It's never black and white with women. And you are right in that sense that men are able to accomplish more because it is just like, this is the goal. This is how we're going to get here. We have to do this, then we have to do this, then we have to do this. Goal solved. And it's an amazing thing that you guys can do. I wish that we had that. Maybe Hillary fucking Clinton would have won. I don't know.
Or maybe Bernie.
I like Bernie. But it is.
I like Trump. Fuck it. Let's go on.
All right. Good night, guys.
Let's get to the.
I'm going home. I'm going home.
Let's just take a minute to come.
As long
back
as
from
gas stays
that.
under $4,
And it's not.
I'm happy.
Gas isn't under $4. It's like $4.60 and friggin'
Let's
Beverly
revolt.
Center,
Beverly,
that's
yes,
like
dude.
$10.
Let's
Dude.
revolt.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
let's revolt.
But we need to but you're both saying that not. So you're saying every guy's a fuckboy.
So she
then
obviously,
Tiarre's saying no.
we have difference in perspectives and opinions because our journeys are completely different. Her father was always around. He's a strong black man. He loved her unconditionally. She saw that. He was in her life day in, day out. My father was never around. And so my perspective of men being dumb is because I have a lot of fucking pain from my father being dumb and not having a relationship with me from day one.
That's real. That's real.
It is what it is.
You must
your
be
dad
It
sets
does,
the tone.
and that doesn't make her wrong or right. That doesn't make me wrong or right.
Sure,
That's
It's just different.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're
different
all-
experience. Here's the thing. That sucks. I'm so sorry to hear that, but you must be amazing in bed. Second of all, if you want people to find you, where can they find you? Daddy
I
always
will
makes amazing
fuck
bed.
your face up.
Exactly.
So
I'm
goddamn
sure you would.
hard.
Where do you want people to find you? Where do you want people to find you?
At Brandy Brooks Writes on Instagram and then at Brandy Wood on Twitter.
That's what's up, man.
Find me. I gotta talk like this in my hair, sure, you guys.
Do it.
I'm gonna talk like her.
So pretty.
Very she looks like it. You can find
He
me.
doesn't sound like that.
Tiarre Monique. It's TIARRE MONIQUE on Instagram, and then Tiarre Maiden on Facebook.
That's what's up. I am Tehran, literally at I am Tehran. You can find my partner at.
Mr. George Corey, please spell the last
That's
name.
KHOURI, and we are
Imperfect Gentlemen.
Remember, nobody's perfect.
But
us.
Yes.